Hello, welcome to the show. My name is LORA SALL. I'm the host for Education in Our Community, and today I am honored to have with us a dual dynamic team from Strategic Squad. Their team, their company name is Strategic Squad. Our show today is Strategic Finances or Strategic Financial Planning. So I wanted to have them into our studio today because there are so many people being challenged with their finances, young as well as old, what they are planning to do when their parents become elderly. We are going to have a discussion today about what you should and could be working on right now to plan for your future, and what some of us need to be doing right now to deal with our elderly parents. So right now, welcome Nicole Middleton and Dennis Middleton, a dynamic team from Strategic Squad.
Squad.
Yeah, Strategy Squad.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So first of all, I wanted to find out from the two of you what exactly is a strategy squad and what is it that the two of you do?
So we are a full service independent wealth management company, wealth management firm. We focus on financial planning for both individuals and families to help them be more secure with their financial planning, as well as to try to grow their wealth. And we are unique because we are a family-run business. We benefit from 2 generations of diverse experience in financial services, and we really enjoy what we do in empowering families.
Excellent.
We also provide financial plans for those who want to figure out what to do with their finances and how to prepare for things in the future. We also have insurance products that people might need for their life insurance, disability insurance, health insurance. So we're a full service financial firm.
Wow. Wow. Something I didn't say, you're a father and daughter team.
We are.
And this is wonderful. You know, we don't get to see that very often in our community. And both the fact that you're father and daughter and you are African American and you're dealing with finances. And so those are, 3 great areas to think of.
Yeah, I'm so proud of my daughter for having followed somewhat in my footsteps. I am a certified public accountant, but she has always been good with the numbers and has a wealth of experience in the financial area. So she's following in my footsteps somewhat in that area, but we're great. It's great to working with Nicole, yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I didn't want to spend as much time talking about the two of you and your backgrounds and things because our show tends to go so fast, and we might have to do a part 2 because I think your backgrounds are as important as what you do today. And so forgive me for not going into that because I think people seeing how real the two of you are makes them listen a little more, okay? And the fact that you're both from this area, Berkeley.
I'm from Berkeley. I went to high school right in this building, Berkeley High School.
Okay.
It's nostalgic being here, and I'm glad to be back to share what knowledge we have. Because some of it I learned right here in Berkeley.
See, that's important for people to know and understand that you're from this area. You know the changes that have occurred in this area, both as it relates to African Americans, but also as it relates to our financial success and failures from this area. Okay, so you've seen the decline. But once again, hopefully we'll be able to get you back to talk in more detail about that. Part of my motivation for having you come today was so our listening audience could really hear what you feel is important for people to start working on right now so that their finances, their financial stability can be in place when it comes to them getting older and dealing with loved ones who are already older. And so, Nicole, can you speak from a younger person's point of view about what it is someone can start working on right now so that they will be in a better position as they get older?
Sure, absolutely. I think the one thing that we as financial professionals know is the earlier that you start with a solid financial plan and to be really mindful about the financial decisions that you're making in terms of your saving, where you're saving, making sure that you know you really are keeping a budget, a weekly, monthly budget, and are finding ways to save in that budget. Making sure that you are saving for retirement. There are lots of easy ways to save for retirement where you can just go online and open up your IRA, an IRA account. If you're young and relatively in a moderate to low tax bracket, Roth IRAs are probably the best option for you now so that you can take advantage of tax-free growth. And also being mindful about how you're using debt. I think those are really key areas for folks of younger generations, as well as learning how to invest, and making sure that you are educating yourself or working with someone who can try to start teaching you about smart ways to invest your money.
But if I'm someone working somewhere for $15 an hour, if I'm lucky, I don't have a whole lot of money to put aside or to save or invest with. I don't think I do. Is it possible that I can start working on things now?
Yes, absolutely. Some employers have 401k plans that have matching. So if you put in $15, the company might match you $15. They may have a percentage that they might match of your compensation up to 5% or something. So there are ways to save. It's amazing to me over the years how some of my clients have saved very small amounts of money and accumulated it into very large sums of money. I remember the years where individual retirement accounts, IRAs, were $2,000 contributions, the maximum that you can make. And some of my clients did, year in and year out. So it doesn't seem like a lot of money. And if you divide that by 12, then it's only a few $100, $100 or so a month. So people with small incomes can save and should save, because those monies can turn out to be hundreds of thousands of dollars later in life.
Okay. But now, I'm older and approaching retirement age. Is it too late for me to start doing something with my money now that I'm much older?
Absolutely not. And the key thing is to look at what opportunities you have. I've had clients that invested in a retirement account and kept it in money market accounts for a year. So make sure you're getting a return on what money you do invest. there are different retirement plans that could be set up, particularly self-employed people can set up defined contribution plans to contribute more than the normal maximums that are out there. Take advantage of the code, the Internal Revenue Code. There are ways that people are putting in substantial amounts of money away. Yeah.
But you know, when I hear finances and when people start talking about money, I get scared, I get nervous, okay? Where can I go to learn more about financial investing and financial planning before I come to professionals like you? Because how do I choose one over the other? How do I really use my money in a positive way so that I'm not spending all of it on the people that are supposed to be watching it for me?
Sure. So one resource, so I'm a member of the Financial Planning Association. It's an association of financial planners, national organization. They offer a great deal of free material, free financial education material. There's financial education material offered through the government, through the U.S. government. All you have to do is go to the internet and just Google financial education, financial planning. There's tons and tons of resources out there. But I think those resources can be very helpful to kind of get you started, get you thinking. But I think it also does help for you to sit down with a financial professional that is really going to be mindful about your unique situation, because no two people have the exact same financial situation or need to be making the exact same financial decisions at the same time. So it's really helpful to have that conversation, at least with a financial professional, to kind of help guide you on the things that you should start doing or need to be thinking about before you make, any kind of drastic decision, I would say.
Now, Denise, you've been in this field a long time, or related field for quite a while.
You can tell by the hair, though.
Yeah. And so can you give some examples of, let's go with a negative example of how someone has just totally wasted away their money. And then I want to end with someone who really used their money in a smart way and where it benefited them.
Yes, unfortunately, there have been experiences I've had with clients that did not listen, did not pay attention. When you're young, you think you're never going to get old. You think you're going to make the money again. I've had athletes, I've had entertainers, actors that they're making $50,000 a week on a sitcom. They're also spending $50,000 a week, and eventually the show gets canceled. They've done it, in and out. We've advised them to put, monies to pay their taxes, to put money away in their savings, but they wanted to live the good life. So when the show is canceled, it wasn't picked up, or the basketball player who's 7 seasons into the NBA, making $5 million a year, having BMWs in 5 different cities, apartments all over the place, not saving for the future. 7th year has an injury and doesn't play in the league again. So that's unfortunate, but it does happen. Just on a smaller scale, there are people who borrow against their real estate equity all the time. They use it as a piggy bank to the point that when the real estate bubble hit 7 or 8 years ago, they lost their house. Those are unfortunate things, but they didn't listen to people that trying to protect them from themselves. That's sort of the negative things that have happened. The positive ones are that people did listen. The examples I mentioned of people putting money into their retirement, $2,000 a year. Finding ways of converting traditional IRAs into Roth IRAs. They've listened to me. Now they have hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting, if not more, sitting in their retirement accounts. We have a current client that has listened to me over the years and invested in her 401k, took advantage of the company stock options, took advantage of the company matching. She's now at 66 years old, and we're developing a planned retirement. She's going to have an amazing retirement, just an amazing retirement. It's so much fun to work with someone who has listened over the years and now are ready to reap the benefits of that plan. And then we are working with other clients that do the same thing, to create wealth so they can enjoy their older years.
Nice. That's really nice. Well, all of us have reached a place where we know of or either have loved ones who are older, parents in their 80s, who have acquired a lot of property, a lot of stuff. Can you talk about what you would recommend that a family does in order to prepare for that parent or loved one who is about to transition?
So for those that are older in their years, and if they don't have an up-to-date estate plan, is very, very important. And in order to do that, they need to know what are the assets that they own, and really give some thought about how they want to pass those assets along. The second thing that they need to do is they need to have the legal documents in place in order to follow their wishes when they're gone. And this can tend to be a difficult area for many of our elderly folks, because there may be some family dynamics, some disagreements within the family. But it's very important for the elders themselves to really define what they want and how they want their assets to be, where they want their assets to go, and then making sure that there are wills and trust documents set up so that, and particularly trust for those that have substantial property, such as those with substantial real estate property, for instance, those that live here in Berkeley. That can be the biggest asset that they own. So it's very important that there is a trust that has been created, that they work with an attorney to set up the trust so that that asset can pass along without having to go through the expense and the delay and the fees of probate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest mistake is not to do anything. That's unfortunately what we do. We procrastinate. We say, well, I'll look at it next week. Next week turns into next month. Next month turns into 2 years. 2 years turns into a tragedy happening, as we saw recently with the Northern California wildfires. Or the ghost ship place in Oakland that burned down with some horrific people, lives being taken. Mm-hmm. They may have thought, some of the people that perished may have thought they had years.